Hidden deep inside of a mountainous town sits an abandoned mega mansion once owned by a family of billionaires. Suki was born into a very influential family in Japan, and she got married to a businessman and had 2 kids. However, while taking a trip in Italy, she met a Frenchman, and they started spending a lot of time together, slowly growing inseparable. After returning back to her homeland, she divorced her husband, and after telling her family about the news, they got very upset, and Suki shortly after moved back to Italy with her 2 kids to be with her new man. They got married the same year, and bought their massive mega mansion as well just months later. They seemed to live a happy life together, but behind closed doors, she still had troubles with both her ex-husband and family back in Japan, who wanted revenge for what Suki had done to them. Years later, in the early 2000s, the location of her and the mansion were found, and they simply disappeared one night. Not much is known about who took them or where they went, but when neighbors came to check on them, they found the mansion deserted. Everything they owned was left inside, from expensive antiques to jewelry. However, the one thing that appeared to be gone was family photos, as there was not one remaining. Come along with me as we venture inside and try to uncover the mystery of what happened to Suki and her family. So this is where we're going to start off the video of this beautiful mansion. Right here we are on the left side of it in the massive courtyard they had. And keep in mind, guys, these people had so much land. And here we have a big, long table. I'm sure they could have a lot of their meals out here when the weather's nice. And I mean, it's Italy. It's the countryside of Italy. Of course, it's going to be good. And you can see all the vegetation and so much brush just growing around. As we walk over here, we have a view of the front of this beautiful home. And here we have it. Wow. We have 2 statues on the right and left, and a staircase going up to the front doors. I can't believe this place. And then we have more stairs going up to even more levels. Right here we have yet another patio area. We see tables and chairs still there. And I'm sure they could have set it up along over here and maybe had a nice cup of coffee or just spent some time out in the sun, get some fresh air. And we have 2 beautiful pillars with wood up top holding this beautiful light. And so they definitely did spend a lot of time outside. They could have even cultivated some nice plants, had a beautiful garden. And I just can't wait to go inside and see everything that these people left. And then right here on the other side of the mansion, we have a big gathering area, an old well. Right over here, I think it's just for decoration. Yeah, it doesn't go down much, but we still have the bucket right there. A lot of plants just growing all over it. And we also have 2 beautiful statues as well. Whoa. So it is evident that these people had a beautiful property and they wanted it to look as nice as possible. We have some lawn care equipment right here. And here we have the mansion. What a beautiful place. It's so big. And I love all the colors that are used in it too. I mean, even take a look there on the side. That attention to detail in the art that was painted on there. All right, guys, so we just made it in. And I thought it's better if we start down in the basement and then work our way upstairs for the exploration of this home. So the first thing we're seeing right here is quite an interesting room, and it seems to be some sort of wet bar area. We have quite a lot of bottles of alcohol still here. A bunch of them just on those shelves right here. And if we look directly to the right, we could see all of the cups still positioned. So definitely a great start to this place. Definitely a little man cave nook area. And we even have a fireplace right here in the corner with even more alcohol bottles right up top. And it seems like they use these as candle holders, as you can see. And then for the walls, we have some beautiful fabric rope going all around. And then up top, we have some beautiful tray ceilings. Right here, a little table maybe for the kids that this family had. And right here is our first hint that these people absolutely loved the Japanese culture. But yeah, this is definitely the table that they could sit around in after a long day's work, take a nice drink, and really enjoy their evening. And you can see there is a thick layer of dust just on it now. And the cushions right here that were used to sit down. And through these flappy doors, we have a wine cellar right here, full of a whole lot of wine. Look at all this, completely covered in brick walling. Yeah, this is definitely where they kept a lot of their drinks, and a lot of the bottles are still, in fact, filled with liquids. Whoa, that's really cool. Even this big bottle right here, still filled with wine. And so now let's move along from that area and reach the actual big part of the basement. We have quite a little bit of decay happening here, a lot of mold on the ceilings. So this place has definitely been abandoned for quite some time, you could tell. We have an outdoor table right here, statues, cups, and then these giant basement doors. Maybe this could have even doubled as a garage way back in the day. But I love the stained glass. It certainly brings in great light onto this room. And it definitely served as a game room as well. We have the ping pong table and then foosball right on this corner. So much dust all over though. But I'm sure this was definitely where the kids hung out the most. There's a lot of fun things to do around here. Even this old clock, just frozen in time, literally. This small bathroom. And take a look at this. All of their jackets and hats are still hanging up right here. So this basement door seemed to be a pretty common entrance. I think this area was definitely the garage. Those were the doors they would drive the car in every single day. I mean, it's just filled with basic garage stuff. Nothing really too fancy. There's a workshop right here. They can do some simple house repairs. But without further ado, let's go up the stairs and into the first floor and the foyer. And here we have it, the front entrance of this place. The first thing we see, this very elaborate chandelier. And you could even only imagine this when it was turned on, how elegant that would be and the lighting that would give. And we also have some crown moldings all over the ceilings. And right under that, we have the front door to this beautiful property. Imagine walking into this place, opening those double doors and seeing this gorgeous view. And on the right and left, we have some heaters. And then for the wallpaper, all throughout this room, we have some nice gold flower patterns all around. And then this room leads into various other ones, such as the dining room and living spaces. Let's take a look at these stairs. Wow. Completely wooden with a red carpet going down the middle all the way to the top. And this is just a quick glimpse of what we're about to see when we walk upstairs. And look at the elaborate design that was put into these handrails. You could tell these people had money and really tried to make this place as nice and elegant as they could. And on the left, we even have a taxidermy duck. And to the right, some branches from a tree. And all of this is on a flowery carpet that is on top of this massive wooden dresser. So it seems like they definitely liked nature and the outdoors. And so from this room, we could either go right, left, or straight. I think let's go left through these beautiful wooden double doors with great moldings all around them. And the detail on the doorknob. And this brings us into a pretty typical Italian dining room. Whoa. Very common to see chandeliers in a lot of these rooms in Italian homes. And this is definitely where they gathered around as a family and ate a lot of their meals. Right up top, we have painted wood beams for the ceiling, a little bit of mold as well, and windows all over the left side, which are now covered with bars and curtains. Really cool lighting as well, just hanging on the wall. And we have this orange wallpaper just around this side and then gold along the other side. Beautiful cabinet right here. It's a painting of two girls and a sheep in the countryside. And you could even imagine all of the pottery and decorations they could have kept in here. Very beautiful tablecloth, chairs as well, and fake flowers right in the middle with some Japanese lettering. And then directly on the right, we have another dresser with more fake flowers and a giant painting. Look at this stained glass. It's really a pity all these windows have anti-theft bars, because seeing this with the sunlight would be absolutely mind-blowing. And a lot of the paint on the ceiling is chipping off, and that's revealing a beautiful pattern that was there before they painted it over. And this beautiful door frame leading up to the kitchen, and a lot of decay on the floors. There had to have been some big water damage problem in here, maybe a pipe burst or something, because this is not normal. And so let's go through this golden door and check out the kitchen area. Here we have it. Pretty typical kitchen, island in the middle, a lot of belongings and cards, a lot of Italian writing, handwritten too, and gorgeous tiling along the bottom half of the walls. I'm sure all these cabinets still have everything left inside of them. Let's open this one up. And yes, they do. I'm sure the other ones are filled with different spices, different foods that they never got to use for cooking. And right behind us, we have the pipe for central heating, because this place was probably built before proper heating systems were invented. And right next to it, we have a side door to this place. This probably leads out to some sort of patio. Whoa. Here we actually have a little bit of natural lighting, which is always good to see. And this is just a simple breakfast nook. This is where the family would gather and eat when they don't really have special events or just for breakfast. And then if they have people over or for dinner, they would gather in the main room. White tablecloth with some china on top, and even a pizza cutter right here. Perfect for the Italian culture. There's definitely a lot of decay happening in this place, but it's great seeing all that with no vandalism. There's no graffiti, nothing's trashed. It's truly frozen in time. And so this is a proper side door. You can get out of this. And here's an example of the anti-theft bars that a lot of these homes have. And outside we can see some pottery and just palm trees and more nature growing all about. Here's another view of it before we move on. And then right here, we even have a bar area. You can sit down on these stools and eat right here. All the way on this end, we even have a pantry with windows all the way at the top. And this was just storage of a fake Christmas tree and a lot of other appliances and equipment. But yeah, this is definitely not a very healthy place. Look at all this paint peel and mold all over. A lot of pictures still hang on the wall. They're kind of discolored because of the water dripping all over them. But it seems to be of a horse rider. And so I'm willing to bet one of the members of this family rode horses and enjoyed it. And going about this long hallway, right at the end of it, we have the last room of the first floor that we're seeing. And this one, I have to say, is the most grand of the first floor. We have a massive chandelier right in the middle with some crown molding all around and beautiful pattern wallpaper as well. Man, these belongings and antiques are so nice. Even a fireplace. They burned real wood. It's always good to see. And a lot of tools on the right to stoke the fire. I'm not sure what this room could have been. Maybe a dining room, but there's no table in the middle. But we do have some couches, which makes me think that it was some sort of living room. And a TV as well. These couches are covered with leaf patterns and an Italian religious book, it seems. Another religious household here in Italy. And we even have this little nook area that served as a library. Tons of books on this right side. very smart people, enjoyed to read. And I'm sure when these bars were open, sunlight could be coming in through these windows and they could sit down on these beautiful pink chairs and read a book. Would have been a great setting. And that is the entrance to that room with some blue and purple stained glass to enter it. But now I think it is time to head upstairs. Those stained glass windows kind of remind me of a church, but I'm willing to bet it's gonna be beautiful up there. So let's start going up this beautiful staircase and see what this place has to offer. Whoa. So this is definitely some entertainment center. Love these windows so much. And we have an old piano right here. A lot of water damage all over it, with some paintings and a light right above it. And if we look on the ceiling, there was a beautiful pattern up there with tons of molding, but that ultimately fell because of the water damage, which is very sad. I'm sure this place looked magnificent in its prime. And here's a view of the main entranceway. And so this is where we're gonna see all the bedrooms of this home and really dive into where they spend most of their time. Wow, great first bedroom to start in. Giant bed. And we have a religious painting right up top. The colors are starting to fade away on it, which is pretty sad. And there's a lot of mold next to it too. Yeah, I love the bed frame. And they had a phone right here, and I'm assuming this would be to call servants or just a general loudspeaker throughout the house if you wanted to call someone over. And a little nook right here with a few chairs. And from this, we could even see a little bit of what the outside looked like. Here we have it. What a beautiful community. So many houses all around. We're on top of a hill too, so we have a great view. But yeah, definitely a magnificent bedroom. And they definitely had some sort of chandelier right up top over there. And on the right, dresser with the old magazine. And a lot of packets of, I think, food. It's strange, not really sure what that is. And then we have a bathroom all the way here at the end, full of green tiling for the walls and floors to match it as well. But this one is very, very unique. Definitely one of my favorites in this house. We have an old-fashioned sink, toothpaste, toothbrush is still there, a toilet in this little nook. And to the left, a bathtub in a kind of half circle. The really cool thing, the best part of this place is the shower. It's a whole other room right over here. And you could walk over here and it's just a 360 with just stained glass for beautiful lighting. And up here we have the shower head. And if you wanted to, you could just open these windows. And here we have a view of the outside. A lot of overgrowth. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think of this bathroom, because I personally think it's one of the best I've ever seen. It's very unique and a lot of detail was put into it. So I definitely think that this room is the master bedroom of this house, where the parents slept in every single day. And over here, through this beautiful wooden door, we have the closet room. Whoa. Tons of clothes scattered around, with a beautiful couch on the right and green wallpaper throughout. Of course, a chandelier too. And all of it is just still hanging up where they left it almost 20 years ago. A lot of cool flower patterns on the doors to it. And this room also leads right into the main entrance hall with the gorgeous stained glass. But let's continue going. And so it seems like this giant closet was shared between two bedrooms, the main one and then this one right here. Maybe a guest one or for kids to stay in. Beautiful white wallpaper with some wood flooring. Very cozy room for sure. Religious figures on top of the bed. It's a very common thing here. And a little circular area for entertainment with big old-fashioned TV and 2 wooden chairs. A desk filled with papers, certainly a lot of them. An old radio system. Yeah, I'm sure a kid lived here. Definitely collected a lot of this stuff. Took a lot of pride into it for sure. And here we have yet another view of the outside. Pretty narrow one, but you can get a good picture of what the scenery is like from here. But there we have this bedroom, definitely a very beautiful one, cozy as well, and it leads to yet another hallway. Let's take a look. Another bedroom right away, definitely a smaller one. Kid's bedroom for sure. Kid certainly stayed here. Pink sheets. Yeah, definitely a little girl. Some little dresses on the right and left side in the closets. And a little rosary hanging up top. Keep her safe while she sleeps. And even pink wallpaper. And look at that, look at the chandelier to match it. We have a heating system right here behind these doors. So it definitely looks better this way. Matches a lot more. And then coming out, going directly to the left, we have a pretty long hallway, red carpet underneath, and a lot of peeling wallpaper as well. And all of this leads to a back door right over here, and then to the left, we have a simple bathroom with a crazy amount of mold, so I'm not gonna really go in there. So at this point, we finished exploring the first, second, and the basement of this home. And now, as we go through this door, we have the stairs up to the 3rd floor. Beautiful door for sure. Love the door frame. A lot of design put into it. And directly to the right, we have a spiral staircase going up. And so these stairs go around up to the 3rd floor. And just looking at the walls though, we have quite a lot of Buddhist pictures all over. And so that kind of contradicts the religious stuff we were seeing before. But other than that, big blue light and red tray ceilings up top. And then behind us, we have the first room of the 3rd floor. And I gotta say, this is beautiful. I think this is the kids' nook of the house. Yeah, definitely a play area right here. Whoa. A lot of dolls and toys. And then right behind it, we have a lot of lighting with some beautiful pillars for decoration as well. And then just a plain red ceiling with an attic space. We'll go up there later. Yeah, more Japanese paintings on the wall. And let's go into the first room. Oh, it's a bedroom. Okay. Well, we have this Japanese style divider right over here, but it definitely looks like a room in a Japanese house. No doubt about it. We have 2 beds, maybe for guests, maybe for the kids, carpet in the middle, and they do definitely match the paint on the wall as well. Nice brown, orange feel. And then a phone on the side of this bed for announcements or just to call other people in this home. Right behind the divider, we also have access to what seems to be a bathroom. So let's take a look, yeah. Curved ceilings. And this sink still has the shampoo and soap still left by it, which is always cool to see. And then on the other side, we have a toilet and a bidet combo. But for a kid, this area is certainly pretty nice. Imagine being on the same floor as all of your toys. Now this area is pretty scary because If we look to the left and zoom in a little, we have a full-on hornet's nest full of bees. So I don't know if I want to really stay in this room for too long. It seems to be a large sunroom area that goes from here all the way to the other side of the 3rd floor. Hopefully we could check it out all the way over there so we're not as close to all the bees. And so let's go back out to the playroom and see the room directly to the left. Another bedroom, and this one is pretty beautiful. Herring floors, double beds, and they are still made too, just like they left yesterday pretty much. This room is very clean too. There's no mold or anything like that. It's very well preserved. A bed light and some paintings on the walls around it, and then a wood dresser for some clothes. This is really cool. They turned a alcohol bottle into a light. That's really creative. And then over here, we even have some handwritten notes. It's really so fascinating finding letters, at least back in the US when I could read them. And we could really dive into their lives and really find out what was going on. Another big box TV you could watch from the bed, and a candle holder right here. And so both the left door and the right door are locked. And so we need to go back out to this main room, make a left, and go through that room to see everything else. But before we do that, let's go into this small bedroom right over here. Definitely a kid's one, no doubt about it. Very cramped, not too big, pretty short ceilings, and just a little light up top. It definitely does have some beautiful natural light coming in with some thin bars and a great view of the backyard. We could see the jacuzzi, and then the bed still made with a decapitated doll right here too. A religious picture on top of the bed. And so all the rooms seem to encircle this main playroom, which is pretty cool. It's like the very center of the 3rd floor. And now let's go into this lime green room. Nice white ceilings to match. And this definitely is some sort of office area. This is where the man of the house spent a lot of his time working. He had his own business. Wow, it's very, very cultured too. A lot of different cultures all around. Asian stuff, Indian stuff. I'm sure they liked meeting new people and loved exploring new cultures and seeing what else they could learn. Another beautiful chandelier, very customary of course, and a couch for some lounging. So the man definitely had a pretty cool setup over here. He could either relax or do work or spend time with his kids over there in the playroom. We even have a big area for books. And here we have his desk set up. A lot of magazines, and his book is still left open on page 216. Okay, so we have a notebook here, track your monthly expenses. And so this is just a Financial Times diary. And then this room just leads out to the main area we were kind of scared of before because of all the bees. They're all the way over there, so we should be fine. But we have a lot of different colors in here. We have red, green, orange, all throughout, which is really cool. A lot of natural lighting too, always good to see. And then wood ceilings with some brick as well. Stone statue of Mary. And then we have a little circular area for meals or just to hang out. Wooden chairs and a wooden table right in the middle with this decorative item that seems to look like a wine glass or something, but it's made of wood and has this fake flower coming out of it. So I do definitely like this floor a lot. There's a lot of great natural lighting coming in. It's small, it's nice and cozy with a few cool rooms as well. But now let's go back into the playroom again, and we'll go up the ladder and see what the attic looks like. So that's gonna be right up here. And then all the way up top, we have some proper attic space. Yeah, definitely an attic. A lot of storage would have been here. I don't think they were here too often other than to get their belongings. A lot of toys. And there are some skylights as well for lighting, but it's mostly just boring brick all around and then some plaster for the ceiling. And over here on this side, we have a wooden ladder that leads up to the roof. I would go up, but just take a look at the amount of spider webs there are. Never mind, I'm not going up there then. I don't think it looks that safe either. But there we have the attic, and with that, the exploration of this mansion is done. Alright guys, we just finished the video. We're back outside in the courtyard, and I gotta say, this was one of the best abandoned mansions I've ever filmed. And I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. So if you guys want to see more, which there will be more coming, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.